Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah, back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, is another foundation review Friday. And as you also saw in the title, today's foundation is the Maybelline Dream Undercover Foundation. Now, if you are not familiar with my foundation review series, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button, join in. But what I do is I come on here and test out a foundation, wear it throughout the day, and kind of tell you what my overall impression of that foundation is. Now today's video is not a first impression. I actually have tried this foundation. What actually made me want to buy this foundation is, you guys know I've referenced this YouTuber on my channel several times, Brandy Lofton. She is one of the people I look up to in the foundation review game. I think before I even had a channel, I was watching her to find out foundation reviews. Then I kind of stopped watching them in real time and watched them after I tried a foundation because I didn't want them to impede on my opinion on a foundation. But I broke my rule and I actually watched her review on the Maybelline Dream Undercover Foundation, and she loved it. What I've been on the search for is a full coverage foundation that was going to replace my three top favorites, and I really wanted a drugstore win. Now, I recently tried the Smashbox Ultimate Coverage Full Coverage Foundation. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like raving to the stars about it, but she really liked this foundation. Now, she is my foundation shade Twinsy out here. If you guys don't know what that means, it means we match or we align on a lot of the foundations we try. So I watched her video too, just to get an impression of what foundation shade I needed. Now this foundation will run you $12.99. I picked this up from Ulta, but you can get it from Ulta online, or you can get it from any drugstore. I believe it should be available at Amazon. I believe it's actually like $1 cheaper on Amazon. Get that Prime 2-day shipping, have it at your doorsteps very quickly. There are 16 shades, which drugstore, when they do new launches, they always come out with the lowest amount of shades possible. I am in the shade 330 Toffee in this foundation. Well, Brandy was in it. I ran to the store, I grabbed it. I said, that's my foundation shade, twin. I ain't even need to test this situation out. I trust her opinion. She said this was the closest match to us out here. If we're twinsies, she said in her video, if you're my twin, this is what best we gonna get. So I said, yep, she right. She ain't never led me astray. Unfortunately, with there being 16 shades, there are only 4 shades darker than Toffee. So my shade, 4 shades darker. It's really unfortunate when the last foundation I tried was the Fenty, and I believe there were 16 shades darker than the shade I reviewed. So the whole line of foundation only has 16, and literally the last foundation I tried, which I love, had like 16, 15, 14 shades darker than the shade I tried it in. So there are 4 shades darker than Toffee. What the site says about this foundation: Maybelline's Dream Undercover Flawless Coverage Foundation SPF 50 has broad spectrum and is enriched with antioxidants to help protect against pollution, yet feels lightweight and breathable. It not only leaves a natural looking finish, but protects skin day after day. So I never knew pollution on our face was an issue. I didn't know that we were not being protected against that, but it looks like Maybelline has solved that problem. It does have SPF 50, which is a lot for a foundation, but nonetheless, I'm going to try today's foundation half with a brush and half with a beauty blender on one side of my face. Yesterday I tried it with a brush, really liked it with a brush alone. I typically am a beauty blender stan, but since I've been trying the Fenty, I've been wearing the Fenty foundation more recently, and I just love that foundation more so with a brush than I do a blender. So I wanted to try today's foundation with a brush. Maybe I'm going to head back into the brush loving phase of my life. But first, what I'm going to do is prime my skin with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water Set and Refresh Spray. You guys should know I'm dry skinned, so me being dry skinned, I need, you know, whatever kind of hydration I'm going to get. With most foundations, a lot of them tend to look very matte on me, and I don't really jive with the matte feel. So I'm going to spray my primer water. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you guys out there are my foundation shade twinsy, make sure you check down below in the description box. I list every single foundation I reviewed on this channel, what shade I am. Now, I don't have the shades of foundations I've never tried before, but if I've tried it and have a video on it, my shade is listed down below. So make sure you check that out if you feel like we may align on some things. So what I always do is I take the foundation, I put it on the back of my Bath & Body Works candle lid. I've always found this easier than applying it to the back of my hand. When I do travel, I apply it to the back of my hand, but I wipe it off immediately. I used to get a lot of foundation stains on things, so I started doing the whole candle lid thing. But I'm gonna put maybe 5 drops. It does have this dropper formation. Let's see how runny it is. It's kind of runny, but it's not as stiff as the last full coverage foundation I tried. I applied it, I put it on, it wasn't going nowhere. This one has a little bit of a run to it, not too bad, not like a face and body type foundation. So let us go in first with the brush side, and I'm going to use the brush on this side. And as you can see, really good match. Again, Brandy don't leave a girl astray. I knew she was going to lead me on the right path. So I'm going to get up in camera so you can kind of see what it looks like. This, of course, is no makeup side. You can see some of my freckles coming through and all that. And this is, of course, the foundation side. It's not as full coverage. If you can see right here, that I'm getting right up in camera. I have a scratch on my nose. I don't know what kind of baby I am that I scratch myself at night sometimes. But a couple of times I still kind of wake up in the middle of the night and I have a scratch on my face. And I'm like, what's going on? It's only me who could do it. I sleep alone. So where is this coming from? But it's not covering that up. It's not a fresh scratch. It's kind of from a days ago, so it's got a scarred over. So a full coverage will hide that bad boy. Whereas this one isn't the fullest of coverage foundations that I've tried, which is good. I'm not typically a lover of the super full coverage, although I kind of wanted this to be a little bit more full coverage. Quite honestly, I don't wear full coverage day to day, but I was looking for a new kind of filming foundation. But let's go in with the Beauty Blender side because it applies wonderfully with a brush. And it's applying really good with the Beauty Blender. This is my first time applying it with a Beauty Blender, so we are figuring it out together. But it's not as bad as, Fenty was a mess with that Beauty Blender. It was, I think the texture of it, because it was so hydrating and the formation of it was just like, it made it tougher to apply with the Beauty Blender, I'll say that. So I'm going to get up in camera so you can kind of see. It kind of covered up a little bit, as you can see right here. Overall, matches my skin very well, so very much so happy with that. With 16 shades, you never know what you're gonna get, but fortunately it does match really well. But what I'm gonna do is apply the rest of my makeup and then come back and show you guys what it looks like right now. And just like that, I am back after applying the rest of my makeup, and this is what it is giving you. Recently, I have been loving for lips because I know I'm going to get some questions about it. You guys know I love Sepia. Sepia has been my lipstick of choice, but as you can see, or maybe you can't see, you see some light coming through here. I am running low on this, but I have like 100 other different lipsticks and I never wear anything but Anastasia Sepia, so I decided to give some other ones a chance, and this is one I've had for a while. It's from when ColourPop collaborated with Karrueche, and she released a couple of liquid lipsticks. This is K, and I think I have Rue and She. I think it was like a line of her name. I don't know if they still have this shade. I of course know they don't still collaborate with her. I think this might be my new fall combo because I've been wearing it for a few videos and I've really enjoyed it. But nonetheless, let's move on to the face. Loved it. Love how it blends with the rest of my products, my contour, my blush, my highlight. It all comes together with this foundation, which is awesome. But what I'm going to do is wear it throughout the rest of the day. It is 10:24 a.m. Let's call the time I put the foundation on 10, because then I applied the rest of my foundation. So I put this foundation on at 10. I will wear it throughout the rest of today. I will be back at the end of the day showing you how long the wear it wears for and what my final thoughts of this foundation are. So now I am back. It is 6:44 p.m. and I am here checking in about 9 hours later with this foundation. I wore it yesterday from about the same time period. I think I put it on at 10. I had a very eventful yesterday. Got my nails done, did a lot yesterday. So I put it on about 9 and went out to dinner late last night with my family, and I took my foundation off about 11. So it was about 13 hours yesterday with this foundation, 9 hours today, and I can say both days foundation is very long wearing. Now the thing it is not full coverage, but it is a good amount of coverage for me, somebody who likes sheer to medium. I don't like all that makeup on a day-to-day basis, but I like my pictures to look flawless, and I like to have that full coverage effect on camera, because again, full coverage looks really good in photography. It looks really good on camera. Foundations like Makeup Forever HD are very popular foundations to wear when you are filming, just because it looks HD, it looks flawless. Things like that look flawless, and who doesn't want to look flawless on camera? But I think I still look very flawless on camera. I'm going to get up in camera and show you how the foundation looks. show you how my face looks. My face really doesn't change throughout the day. I do not set any of my foundations with powders either because I am dry skin. Powders don't help me in any capacity. This foundation, again, both days has been very long wear, very much so a coverage that I feel comfortable with, very much so lightweight, very much so photographs very, very well. Now I have a couple of Sephora bags back here. As you can see, one of them actually has something in it. I think it's this one. It has that Smashbox foundation full coverage that I reviewed a couple weeks ago, and I've been just holding on to it. Got my receipt in the bag. Gonna have to make a decision soon whether I take this foundation back, and I think I will. I think this foundation, when I reviewed it, I felt meh about it. Wasn't anything to write home about. After I reviewed it, I watched some other reviews, and people really do go up for this foundation. This is what it looks like, but to me, this foundation is kind of the same for kind of half the price. Now this does have a fuller range of foundation shades, but for me, this foundation, I filtered on my face, which is something, again, I'm not a big fan of, and I don't think a lot of people are fans of filling foundation on your face. But again, this is probably gonna have to go back. I mean, not probably, I'm about 90% sure I'm taking this foundation back. About to put it in my pocketbook today because, again, I think this is gonna replace it. This is a very good foundation. Used it 2 days in a row. Probably gonna use it continuously from now on. Very much so does the job that it says it's gonna do. Now I don't know if it's protecting me from those pollutants. I don't know if smog is being able to get in. I don't know if it's doing all that, but I can say it's doing what it says it's gonna do in terms of being that SPF protection. I guess I would not need SPF, so if I was going on vacation, you know, traveling or anything like that, I think this would be a good foundation to have on. If it's sunny, now is it waterproof? That's the thing I don't know about. MAC Nourishing Longwear Waterproof Foundation has been my go-to love for vacations and traveling and all that, but I would definitely pack this as well just because it has that layer of SPF. I tan a lot when I go out. This might be something that can protect me from that. But again, really like this foundation. Again, it is later in the day, so I'm sorry if it's not as vibrant and light as it was earlier, but overall, highly recommend you go out and try this foundation. Now if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Even if you didn't enjoy it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. We want all the love and support over here on this channel. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of this good content that I have going on right now. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Follow me, I go give you all of me, baby, make you follow me, I go give you all of me.